Jai Gurudev, welcome. Today we will explore a significant moment from the Ramayana when Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana meet their sage Valmiki during their exile. This meeting takes place as they seek a place to reside in the forest, eventually leading them to Chitrakoot. We are joined by an officer from Vedic Dharma Sansthan and an expert from Art of Living. Let's begin by setting the scene. Officer, could you give us an overview of this encounter from the Ramayana? Yes, this meeting happens when, after Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana leave Ayodhya and enter the forest as part of their 14-year exile. At this juncture, they encounter sage Valmiki, a great rishi renowned for his wisdom and spiritual depth, seeking guidance on where they might live during their exile. They approach him with reverence. Valmiki welcomes them and suggests the serene forest of Chitrakoot as an ideal place, and he describes it as a beautiful, peaceful place surrounded by nature where they can live in harmony. Chitrakoot has long been regarded as a spiritual center known for its tranquility and its sacred atmosphere, perfect for meditation and divine reflection. As an art of living expert, could you shed light on the spiritual significance of Chitrakoot as Valmiki described it, and why did he recommend this place to Ram and Sita? Chitrakoot holds immense spiritual significance. It is said that the land itself vibrates with a divine energy, as Valmiki explains to Ram and Sita. This is a place where sages and seers have meditated for generations. The quietude and purity of the area makes it a natural abode for those in search for peace and spiritual upliftment. In the teachings of the art of living, we emphasize the importance of nature in fostering inner calm. Chitrakoot offers a perfect balance between nature and spirituality, providing the ideal environment for self realization. The sacred rivers, the forests, and the overall serenity of the place create a conducive space for meditation and reflection, which is likely why Sage Valmiki recommended it. From a modern perspective, places like Chitrakoot remind us of the importance of connecting with nature to alleviate stress and find inner peace, much like what we aim to achieve through practices like Sudarshan Kriya and meditation. That's a beautiful insight. Returning to the story, officer, how did Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana react to Valmiki's suggestion and what followed after? Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana were deeply grateful for Valmiki's wisdom and guidance. Ram, ever humble and respectful, bows before the sage and accepts his counsel with great reverence. They decide to make their way to Chitrakoot as their new home in the forest. In Chitrakoot, they set up their hermitage and begin a simple life living in harmony with nature and focusing on their spiritual duties. This encounter with Valmiki is symbolic of how spiritual guides play a crucial role in the journey of every seeker. Just as Valmiki guided Ram and Sita, sages and gurus guide individuals in their spiritual journeys even today. Interestingly, Valmiki's role doesn't end here. Later, as we know, Valmiki also becomes the protector and teacher of Sita and her sons Love and Kush. His presence in their lives is significant on multiple levels. As an art of living expert, how does this moment of guidance relate to the guru disciple relationship, which is central in many spiritual traditions, including the art of living? This moment beautifully encapsulates the essence of the guru disciple relationship. Rama, though a divine figure, exemplifies the ideal disciple, humble, receptive, and respectful. Valmiki, as the guru, offers guidance that is both practical and spiritual. In Art of Living, we believe that the presence of a guru or spiritual teacher is crucial for personal growth. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji often says that the guru is like a guide who helps you navigate the complexities of life. Valmiki's recommendation of Chitrakoot can also be seen as a metaphor. He is essentially guiding Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana to a place where they can introspect and connect with their inner selves, which is a key aspect of the spiritual journey. This mirrors what the Guru does for a disciple, providing a space, physical or mental, where they can evolve spiritually. Indeed, the role of the Guru is timeless. Officer, could you provide some historical or scholarly insights about Chitrakoot and Valmiki based on ancient texts and modern research? Chitrakoot is mentioned not only in the Ramayana but also in various Puranas and other sacred texts. It is known as a site where many sages have performed austerities. Historically, it is believed that Chitrakoot has been a place of pilgrimage for thousands of years. Research from ancient texts as well as studies in Vedic literature confirm the significance of this region as a spiritual hub during the time of Ramayana and even after. Sage Valmiki, on the other hand, is not just revered for his role in guiding Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana, but also as the author of the Ramayana itself. Modern research into ancient manuscripts reveals that Valmiki was a pioneer of Sanskrit poetry, and the Ramayana is considered the first epic poem in Sanskrit literature. His contribution to Indian spiritual thought and literature is immense, influencing not just religion but culture and philosophy as well. As an art of living expert, how can modern day individuals learn from Ram and Sita's journey, especially their encounter with Valmiki and their time in Chitrakoot? Ram and Sita's journey teaches us the value of simplicity, humility, and the importance of seeking guidance from wise mentors. Their willingness to live in the forest away from the comforts of palace life shows the power of detachment and the beauty of leading a life in harmony with nature for modern individuals. This encounter reminds us of the importance of reconnecting with nature and seeking wisdom from spiritual guides in a fast paced world. Practices like meditation, pranayama, and the guidance of a guru and doing practices like Sudarshan Kriya can help us navigate the challenges of life with grace and clarity, just as Valmiki's advice helped Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana find peace during a challenging time. Thank you both for these enriching insights. The story of Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana's meeting with Valmiki continues to inspire, reminding us of the timeless values of humility, wisdom, and the importance of spiritual guidance as we reflect on their journey. May we all find our own Chitrakoot spaces of peace and reflection in our lives, guided by the wisdom and the beauty of nature. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev, today we explore a timeless moment from the Ramayana when Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana meet sage Valmiki while looking for a place to reside during their exile. The sage guides them to Chitrakoot, a sacred and peaceful place. Joining us are an officer from Vedic Dhamma Sansthan and an expert from Art of Living to provide deeper insights into this encounter. Let's start with the basics. Officer, could you give us a background on how this meeting takes place? As part of their 14-year exile, Lord Ram, along with Sita and Lakshmana, ventures into the forest, leaving behind the luxuries of Ayodhya. In search of a suitable place to settle, they arrive at the ashram of sage Valmiki. Valmiki, known as the Adikavi, the first poet and the author of the Ramayana, is not only revered for his wisdom, but also for his deep understanding of the nature of dharma or righteousness. When Rama asks for guidance on where they should reside during their exile, Valmiki suggests Chitrakoot. He describes it as a place of great peace and natural beauty, ideal for a spiritual life. Chitrakoot holds a great significance in the Ramayana. As an art of living expert, could you elaborate on why sage Valmiki recommended Chitrakoot as the place for Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana to stay? Of course, Chitrakoot is considered one of the holiest places in Indian spirituality, known for its association with many saints and sages who have meditated there. For Valmiki, Chitrakoot was not just a place of physical beauty, but a spiritual sanctuary. The dense forest, flowing rivers, and tranquil surroundings make it an ideal place for anyone seeking inner peace and connection with the divine. In spiritual terms, Chitrakoot symbolizes a retreat from the distractions of the material world, offering an environment conducive to introspection and meditation. Lord Ram, being an incarnation of Dharma, needed such a place to carry out his divine mission. Without interruption, Valmiki, with his foresight, knew that Chitrakoot would provide the right setting for Rama and his family to continue their spiritual journey. In the teachings of the art of living, nature plays a crucial role in helping us reconnect with ourselves, much like our modern day retreats, where individuals can practice yoga and meditation in a peaceful environment. Chitrakoot served as a spiritual retreat for Ram and Sita. That's a beautiful way to understand the significance of Chitrakoot. Officer, how does this interaction between Ram and Valmiki reflect the broader concept of the guru-disciple relationship that we often see in Indian philosophy? The meeting between Ram and Valmiki is a perfect example of the guru-disciple relationship. Even though Ram is an incarnation of Vishnu, he approaches Valmiki with deep humility and respect. In doing so, Rama emphasizes the importance of seeking guidance from a guru, no matter how enlightened one might be. Valmiki in turn plays the role of the wise guru, offering guidance that goes beyond just practical advice. His suggestion to stay in Chitrakoot isn't merely about providing a place to live, it's about directing Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana toward an environment where they can remain connected to their spiritual path. This relationship between Ram and Valmiki reminds us that the Guru provides more than just answers. They offer a deeper version and vision of life and help the disciple align with a greater purpose. This theme of Guru Shishya, teacher disciple, is central to Indian spirituality, and we see this dynamic reflected throughout the Ramayana and many other spiritual texts. Art of Living expert, how do the teachings of the Art of Living resonate with the lessons from the Guru-disciple relationship? In the Art of Living, the Guru-disciple relationship is highly valued as it represents a sacred bond that helps individuals transcend their limitations. As His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji often says, a Guru is like the sunlight that clears away the clouds of ignorance. Just as Rama sought Valmiki's guidance in finding a place where he could continue his dharma, we too seek the guidance of a guru to navigate life's complexities and challenges in today's fast-paced world. Many of us lose touch with our inner selves. The practices taught in Art of Living, such as Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and pranayama, help individuals reconnect with their true nature, just as Valmiki guided Ram to Chitrakoot, a place where he could deepen his connection with nature and the divine. The essence of this guidance is timeless. It applies to both the physical and the spiritual realms. Returning to the story, officer, could you tell us more about what happens after Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana decide to stay in Chitrakoot, and what was their life like there? After receiving Valmiki's advice, Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana make their way to Chitrakoot and build a small hermitage by the banks of the Mandakini river. Their life in Chitrakoot is simple and serene. They live in harmony with nature, performing their daily spiritual practices, while Ram continues his role as the protector of Dharma. The people of Chitrakoot and the surrounding regions hear about Ram's presence and come to seek his blessings. It is during this time that Bharat, Ram's brother, comes to Chitrakoot to request Ram to return to Ayodhya and take the throne. However, Ram, bound by his promise to his father, refuses and remains committed to his exile. Chitrakoot becomes a place where Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana experience peace despite the trials of exile. It is a time of reflection where they immerse themselves in the spiritual practices that would prepare them for the challenges ahead. As Art of Living expert, in today's context, how can modern individuals relate to this phase of Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana's life in Chitrakoot? The time that Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana spent in Chitrakoot can be seen as a metaphor for the need to retreat, reflect, and reconnect with one's inner self. In today's busy world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions. Just as Ram and his family found peace in Chitrakoot amidst their challenges, we too need to create a Chitrakoot in our lives, a space where we can disconnect from the external world and connect with our inner peace through regular practices of meditation, breathing techniques like Sudarshan Kriya, and spending time in nature. We can experience a similar peace in our own lives. These practices provide a way to cleanse the mind and body, much like how the forests of Chitrakoot provide a sanctuary for Ram and his family. In essence, Chitrakoot teaches us the value of simplicity, introspection, and spiritual practices, all of which are essential for navigating life's challenges with grace. Officer, before we conclude, could you provide any scholarly insights into the symbolism of Chitrakoot and Valmiki's role in the larger narrative of the Ramayana? Chitrakoot, as depicted in the Ramayana, is not just a geographical location, it is a symbolic representation of peace, dharma, and the natural harmony that exists when one aligns with the divine will. It represents an ideal place where the individual soul can rest in harmony with the universal spirit. Valmiki's role in guiding Ram to Chitrakoot is significant. Valmiki himself is a symbol of transformation, having been a former dacoit who turned into a sage. His guidance to Ram reflects the profound wisdom of someone who understands the importance of both outer and inner landscapes. By directing Ram to Chitrakoot, he is not only offering a physical space but also a spiritual one where the deeper lessons of life and dharma can unfold. Scholarly research into Valmiki's work, including the Ramayana, suggests that Valmiki was deeply attuned to the moral and spiritual dimensions of life. His advice to Ram is reflective of his understanding of the larger cosmic order, where everything has its place and purpose. This interaction between Ram and Valmiki is a key moment in the Ramayana, signifying the role of spiritual guidance in times of uncertainty. Thank you both for these illuminating insights. The encounter between Ram, Sita, Lakshman, and Valmiki in the Ramayana not only offers a beautiful story but also timeless lessons on spirituality, simplicity, and the importance of guidance in our lives. Through Valmiki's wisdom and the sanctity of Chitrakoot, we are reminded of the deep connection between nature, spirituality, and the human soul. Okay, Jai Gurudev, today we have with us and we dive into a pivotal moment from the Ramayana where Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana meet sage Valmiki during their exile. They seek his guidance for a place to stay, and Valmiki suggests Chitrakoot. We have with us an officer from the Vedic Dharma Sansthan and an expert from Art of Living to give us deeper insights into this profound meeting. Let's begin with the details of their encounter. Officer, could you describe the context of their meeting? Of course, Jai Gurudev. After Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana left Ayodhya to begin their 14-year exile, they traveled through the dense forest in search of a place to live. During this time, they approached sage Valmiki, who had his ashram by the Tamsa river. Ram greeted Valmiki with humility and sought his counsel. The sage, revered for his wisdom and insight, immediately recognized Ram's divine nature. It was during this exchange that Valmiki suggested they reside in Chitrakoot, a serene and sacred place where they could live peacefully amidst nature. Chitrakoot plays such an important role in the Ramayana. Expert, could you tell us why sage Valmiki specifically recommended Chitrakoot only? Chitrakoot is not just a geographical location, it holds deep spiritual significance. It is a place where the natural beauty harmonizes with the spiritual energy that pervades it. Valmiki's recommendation of Chitrakoot to Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana was based on the idea that it would offer them peace, seclusion, and an ideal atmosphere for meditation and spiritual practice. In the art of living, we emphasize the importance of the environment in deepening our spiritual practices. Chitrakoot, with its deep forests, sacred rivers, and calm atmosphere, was a natural retreat where Rama and his family could stay connected to their spiritual goals while being shielded from the turmoil of exile. Much like modern day spiritual retreats that emphasize nature, Chitrakoot provided the perfect setting for introspection and the practice of Dharma. Officer, what deeper significance does the meeting between Ram and Valmiki hold in terms of the spiritual relationship between a guru and a disciple? This meeting beautifully encapsulates the timeless tradition of seeking guidance from a wise and enlightened guru. Even though Ram is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he approaches Valmiki with humility, asking him for advice. This signifies that in the Indian spiritual tradition, no matter how great or divine someone may be, they must seek guidance from a guru when it comes to spiritual matters. Valmiki, as a guru, does more than just provide practical advice. He gives them a space where their inner spiritual growth can flourish. The advice to stay at Chitrakoot is not merely geographical, it represents the wisdom of the guru, directing the disciple toward an environment that fosters inner peace and alignment with one's purpose. As an art of living expert, how does this interaction between Ram and Valmiki resonate with the modern day guru disciple relationship as seen in the art of living? The relationship between Ram and Valmiki is a profound reflection of how the guidance of a guru can lead to clarity, peace, and purpose. In the art of living, the guru is not just a teacher, but a source of wisdom who helps individuals transcend their limitations. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji often speaks about the importance of connecting with a guru to navigate life's challenges. Just as Valmiki guided Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana to Chitrakoot, a spiritual heaven, the Guru today guides disciples towards inner peace and fulfillment through spiritual practices. In this modern context, spiritual seekers are often overwhelmed by the fast pace of life. The Guru helps them find that Chitrakoot within themselves, a place of stillness amidst the chaos by practicing Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and other spiritual tools taught in art of living. Individuals can retreat from external pressures and connect with their deeper selves. That's a powerful comparison. Returning to the story, officer, could you describe the life of Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana led in Chitrakoot, and how did this peaceful environment reflect and affect them? Once Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana arrived in Chitrakoot, they built a small hermitage by the Mandakini river. Their life was simple and harmonious, far removed from the opulence of Ayodhya. Here they lived a life of austerity and introspection. Ram would often spend time in prayer and meditation, while Sita and Lakshmana tended to their daily duties. The natural beauty of Chitrakoot, with its dense forests and sacred rivers, provided them with solace and tranquility. Chitrakoot became a spiritual retreat where they could reflect on their dharma and the events that led them to this phase of their life. It was a place of preparation for the future challenges they would face, including the eventual confrontation with Ravana. Chitrakoot as a sanctuary helped them build the inner strength and resolve it needed to fulfill their divine mission. Gurudev, expert in today's world, how can individuals find their own Chitrakoot, and how can we relate to Ram's experience in our modern lives? In today's fast-paced world, finding a Chitrakoot is about creating a space where we can disconnect from external distractions and connect with our inner self. Just as Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana found peace and strength in the solitude of Chitrakoot, we too need to find time for ourselves to reflect and rejuvenate. In the art of living, we teach practices like meditation, yoga, and Sudarshan Kriya that help individuals create the sacred space within. These practices allow people to retreat from the stresses of daily life and experience calm and clarity. Much like how Ram found peace in Chitrakoot, this inner retreat helps us align with our purpose, build resilience, and find strength to face life's challenges. That's such a beautiful way to relate this ancient story to modern life. Officer, could you also provide any scholarly insights or symbolism behind Chitrakoot and the role it played in the Ramayana? Chitrakoot, as depicted in the Ramayana, symbolizes peace, dharma, and the connection between man and nature. It represents the ideal environment where one can live in harmony with the world while focusing on spiritual growth. In many ways, Chitrakoot is seen as a divine retreat where Ram could continue his role as the upholder of Dharma while being away from the kingdom of Ayodhya. Sage Valmiki's role in guiding Ram to Chitrakoot also reflects the deep bond between a guru and a disciple. In the Ramayana, Chitrakoot serves as a pivotal location for Ram's inner transformation. The peaceful environment not only provided refuge but also allowed Rama to reflect on his responsibilities as a leader and protector of Dharma. Scholarly research into the Ramayana highlights the importance of sacred spaces like Chitrakoot, where spiritual and moral lessons are learned. It teaches us that even during times of adversity, we can find peace by aligning with nature and the divine. Before we conclude, the Art of Living expert, could you share any modern research or practices that support the idea of connecting with nature, as Rama did in Chitrakoot? Modern research has consistently shown that spending time in nature reduces stress, improves mental health, and fosters a sense of well being. This aligns with what Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana experienced in Chitrakoot. Nature has a profound effect on our mind and body. The quietude of the forests and the rivers allowed them to rejuvenate their spirits and maintain their connection with Dharma. In the Art of Living, we encourage people to spend time in natural surroundings as it enhances the benefits of spiritual practices. Whether it is through outdoor yoga, nature walks, or retreats, reconnecting with nature allows us to experience peace and clarity. Published research supports the idea that meditation in natural environments amplifies its effects, helping individuals to experience deeper relaxation and spiritual awakening. Thank you both for these profound insights. The meeting between Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana and sage Valmiki is not just an event in the Ramayana, it holds timeless wisdom about the importance of guidance, simplicity, and nature and spiritual life. Jai Gurudev.